This last hour is being sponsored by SLVoices. We do podcasting, we do advertising, we do now we do live shows, um, for better or for worse, and we also do a lot of really cool series on our podcast. We have a ministries page for churches that want to get their message out. But just go to slvoices.com and you'll see a lot of what we do. Follow us on Facebook at SL Voices, Your Voice in the San Luis Valley. And we try to put together weekly lists of all the events that are coming up. We obviously haven't been doing that much lately. So this hour is brought to you by SL Voices, and it's going to start off with Noah Arvidson with Animas Craft Woodcraft, Animas Craft, and some of the great things he's done. He showed us some really cool stuff last time, and we're going to switch hosts, and Adam's going to be the host for Noah. So let's go, Noah.
Okay, am I on?
Yeah, you're on. I finally shut up, and it's all yours, darling.
Yeah, you never heard to do a little sound check before, I'll get rolling on my spiel when it's all over. So, yeah, I'm Noah Arvidson. I'm with Animas Craft Woodworks. I'm the owner, operator, woodworker, do all of the stuff here. A little bit of help from my wife as well, who's running the camera. Thanks, Kate. And my dog is running around here during this episode. So we'll see if she behaves through this whole thing. But yeah, I started out last time with a lot of my small rooms. I want to start with the back room now. This is my main workshop area.
She was up. She never called me.
And so it's definitely where most of the work and most of the dust gets created. So we're going to start with a couple of my small tables here. Over here I have a side table. Lifted it up here so it was easier to get a camera view. And this is a through tenon joinery. So that's actually the table leg that you see coming through the top of the table there. This is all hardwood, solid hardwood, black walnut. And it can be done in different sizes, different woods, and all sorts of customized options. Pardon my stumbling, my dog is tugging at the tablecloth on the other side of the room. So yeah, so this is a great little table, lean look, and like I said, customize it in all sorts of different ways. As we slide through here, I have what I like to call the world's strongest record crate. I needed something when my wife and I were traveling in our tiny house on wheels that was going to hold our record collection well enough while the house shaked and rattled and rolled during transit. So I built this all based on triangles for a stronger hold, and it really turned out to be, though these records are really heavy, just the strongest engineering that I could come up with on these. So if you're a Stillhouse Junkies fan like I am, and you just got your vinyl record from them, you might need somewhere to put it. So feel free to contact me about these. And I also do custom engraving, usually a monogram right in the center.
I recognize those. Yes, I'm that old. I still have a turntable. Love that rack. That is great.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Over here, I have a hardwood maple. It's hard maple with hairpin legs on it. So a nice, simple table, but elegant, beautiful, and could look great in any room. And I don't mean to be a broken record. All of this stuff, I love custom work. So if you see anything you like, or if you are interested in something totally different, I'm always open to ideas and ready to work on some stuff. Here's one of my more unique creations. This is a slab of myrtle, so clearly one of a kind. It came out of Oregon. And sometimes I see things like this and I just get inspired to do something different. So I wanted to stand this slab up on end and create a little bit of a lighting element. So as Kate goes back around the back side here, you can see that if you put this in your house in a corner or up against a wall, it creates its own mood lighting. And of course, it's just kind of an epic natural sculpture also at the same time.
Nice. I like it.
Some more furniture over here in the corner. This is a zebra wood table. I call it my river's edge table. You see sometimes people doing an epoxy floor. Well, here I did a glass center, which brings the price down to a reasonable level compared to the epoxy tables. And then I had these custom steel legs made for it, so it creates a very nice look and just a fantastic one of a kind. I have some other colors of table legs and some other pieces of wood, so I'm going to continue making some of these in this style, in some different colors and options. And is that Luna in the background?
That's Luna in the background.
That's shop dog Luna sniffing all the wood. So this was a real special piece to me. Obviously, it's a very tall, I'm a pretty tall guy, and this is a very tall table. But this is a one-of-a-kind Bacote slab. So this comes out of Mexico, and it's a rather large piece for a piece of Bacote. But it has just this incredible color that hopefully is coming through, an incredible grain pattern. I put it on these really tall legs because I wanted something really nice to stand behind when I go to shows. So this becomes my checkout table, but it is for sale. And it would just make a fantastic console or hallway table with this live edge on two sides and those super tall hairpin legs. All right. Well, I think the last piece of furniture I'm showing you today, indoor furniture anyway, is this kind of mid-century modern Scandinavian style coffee table. I put it up here on my table saw. I absolutely challenged myself with this, with the unique curves everywhere, getting away from the boxy structure of a lot of tables. Did rounded legs, did the rounded joint here between the apron and the leg. Heirloom quality all the way. This will last for generations. Simple finish on it, so super easy to maintain. And as with everything, of course, it's for sale. So give me a contact, and I can build something like this, or you can buy this one straight from me. So
Nice.
on table projects. Okay, we're gonna switch gears a little bit away from some of the furniture items and into some of the laser work that I do. I find it a lot of fun to go on the computer and do these designs. Then I have to dissect these all the pieces of the puzzle so that all the grain is running in the right way. Stain it all different colors, glue it back together. This one right now, this piece, the Mosaic Mountains, is on the auction site for the Share the Love Durango. So there are some bids on it. So if you really like this one, you got to get out there and bid on it. Somebody's already planning to buy. I can do these custom also. I've got some commissions on these that are some pretty cool things that I can't wait to share, but I have to wait until people are ready for me to share, until those customers are ready. All right, we're gonna go back to some of the things that we talked about last time, but my wife, Kate, just absolutely hates any waste in my shop, and I appreciate that. So she takes the cutoffs from my cutting boards, we slice them really thin. She does the designs on these, we cut them out on the laser, she does all of the jewelry assembly. And she has just really, really gotten incredibly creative with these, from geometric patterns to feathers, all the earrings up there. And then down here, you'll actually see the one she's focused on there on the left, the big pendant, is actually a piece of myrtle that came from the big lighting element that I showed you earlier. So we're trying to use every little piece that we can. And then she also has some other necklaces there. The mama bear and baby bear necklaces, if you have kids and you want to show that love for them. You can do those in any number of baby bears, of course. And one of the things I work on is I like to do these custom designs for little thin bookmarks. And as we look at this, yes, book is always going to smell better than your tablet, but it's a super thin piece of wood. Works well for a bookmark, and of course I have a lot of standard designs. I also regularly do custom ones for people if you want people's names on it, or if you want an anniversary date, or all kinds of things like that, a custom saying, all the artwork and everything like that. So, okay, so that does it for the back room. We're gonna head back to the front, and we'll go pseudo outside, kind of like we did last time. So I said in the first segment that I stole this table. I didn't actually steal this table. I did borrow it from my customer, a neighbor, and a good friend who let me grab this and bring it in here. But this is a 2-piece picnic table. You take pins out of both sides. I already took the pin out of the other side. And then this folds down to create a nice bench. Of course, then you can rearrange this in your yard any way you want to. These are 4 feet wide, so if it's 4 people comfortably, I can also do them 6 feet wide if you want to seat more people. And of course, whether it's a small or a large area, you have all that versatility to be able to really create good space. So I want to talk a little bit about Mother's Day, because Mother's Day is coming up. I made this one for myself because we were working on a lot of yard work and needed a bird feeder. So I put this design together, and I just really liked it. What I can do with this is I can do custom engraving on it as well. So if you want a message to mom written on the side, or even if the kids want to draw a drawing, as long as I can get it into 2 color, I can scan that in, and I can actually engrave the side with that drawing or that message from the kids to mom. That one's not on my website right now, so contact me directly about it. I have some little things here for those of you that like to garden. These are redwood garden stakes that I can do with images or with text on them. Any kind of text you want. Of course, I've got a couple examples here, and they are double-sided. So if it spins in the wind a little bit, then you'll get that. Pardon my laughing. The dog is going after the camera now. Okay, more Mother's Day stuff. Candle holders are always fantastic. These are my glowing candle holders with the slots that go all the way through to the candles so that they glow and flicker like a campfire flame with a little bit of mood lighting. Use these inside or outside. They have deep recessed jars with the candles. I have electric ones in these, but you can use real candles, of course. I have some more laser work here, designs that I did on the laser to cut these box candles. And I can do all kinds of things here, custom work as well. Here's a hardwood walnut candle rail, as I call it. It suspends these above the ground, so you get a fun pattern of light. And this one is hard maple. Here's a scavenged find from our wonderful San Juan National Forest of a juniper branch there that I decided to turn into a mantelpiece or a centerpiece. Put some mahogany feet on that to give it some gravitas, I suppose. And here's the part that I never get to do at the festivals, which is to actually show how some of these candle holders glow. So really quick, we'll go in here into the dark room and enjoy what these things look like once we get a little bit more mood lighting.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the candle rail, and on the right, you'll see here that effect of the glowing campfire ember look of that glowing candle holder. Now those glowing candle holders I do in all different sizes, from 1 candle. The largest I've done is 15. I have them ready to ship all the way up to a size 11 and in lots of different colors, from natural redwood to stained walnut and grays and various colors.
Well, as you said, Mother's Day and Father's Day is coming up. These are great gift ideas.
Thought I should focus on Mother's Day. So fathers like this stuff too, though. But Father's Day isn't too far behind. But,
that's right.
So again, I think some really great gifts for Mother's Day, but also for housewarmings, for anniversaries and weddings and all kinds of things. Of course, I do cutting boards in all shapes and sizes and in all different wood combinations, and I can engrave personal messages or names or monogram initials or anything like that in them that you like. Here's just a couple of small examples with walnut, maple, and purple heart mostly. Behind these, we have some bud vase holders. And yes, I only have the cheap plastic flowers in them now. But, the flowers are going to be blooming, and pick some on the side of the road to put in these. These are hardwood. I have them in walnut, and I have them in ash. And you can mix and match the colors of the bottles that you want to put into those for whatever effect you're looking for. All right. As I come this way, I'm not sure exactly where I am on time, but I'm just going to keep talking until they tell me to stop. making boxes is actually a whole lot of fun. So these are heirloom quality boxes that'll last for a very, very long time. This is a walnut top with a red oak dovetailed sides. There's a faux leather bottom in it. And this one in front is smaller. I locked it and I didn't have a key this morning, so I'm not gonna open this one. Maple with a Purple Heart accent through the top there. Both keepsake boxes that'll last for years and years, generations. So on the rustic side, if somebody wants to share their love of where they're from or where they live now, like I'm doing, the Chicago flag up top there. Lived in Chicago for many years after graduating from Fort Lewis, and then finally moved back here. And of course, the Colorado flag. The Colorado flag also is up and has been bid on at the Share Your Love auction. So check out the Durango Business Improvement District's website to go to that Share Your Love auction and place a bid on some of these things. You can also custom order them, and I can do custom mountains and things like that, painted into them if you want. I better stand out of the way for this one. This was our crowdsourced hanging light. That is a Claro walnut live edge slab with rose gold wire pendants. And of course we have those fun Edison glow bulbs there, and a vintage gray tweed cloth wire to connect it all. So this is a really fun style that I like working in. This is the second one I've done like this, and I have plans for a couple more. If there's something, this one's for sale right now. If there's, this is the broken record again. If there's something you're looking for, I love the custom work. We can find a custom piece just for you and make something that's exactly what you want.
Wow, there's some amazing stuff now. I'll tell you what. Again, it just, as you contacted us and said, this is what I do, we were just blown away by it all. Beautiful stuff, handcrafted. It's just amazing. So we want to thank you for joining us again to tell us everything that you do. We'd urge people to certainly reach out to you. Have figured this out even on the little computer here. So I'm going to bring up your contact information so people know how to get a hold of you. You are, of course, at animascraft.com. Your email, Noah at animascraft.com. You're on Facebook, you're on Etsy, you're on Instagram. You get a lot of great pictures and stuff on your website too, all the things that you're doing and people can see. So just awesome. Absolutely awesome.
We really appreciate it. It's just been fantastic, and thanks for having us. I look forward to the next one.
Absolutely. Yeah, we've already had, believe it or not, we already have a waiting list. People who reached out to us. Seriously, they did. They said, I can't do this one, but I'd love to do one. So we're looking at 2 to 3 weeks from now. I need a couple of days rest, to be quite honest. I've been at it for 2 weeks pulling this together.
Hard, and thanks for putting in all that effort. This is a really, really cool idea, and I just appreciate it.
So it's absolutely worth it. Again, we're all small businesses, and we got to help each other. So this is the way we came up with to help get the word out about what you're doing. And we certainly hope your business continues to grow and flourish. And Noah, thank you so much for joining us, sir.
Thank you. Have a great one.
You too.
This segment of the first SLVoices Virtual Vendor and Business Expo is brought to you by SLVoices, your voice and guide in the San Luis Valley. On the web at SLVoices.com. Contact us today to discuss the most cost-effective way to meet your advertising needs and increase interest for what you provide to the community. We put eyeballs and ears on what you're doing and why you're doing it with our free events calendar, along with professionally produced local podcasts and videos that tell your story. Call us today, 719-239-1811, or email Adam at slvoices.com.